It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
And up next, it's Bo Nix.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Broncos and the Saints on Thursday night primetime.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 36.
To throw, it's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bonito, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing now is Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DJ Jones in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
.42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. To throw, here's Nix. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And quickly they get to the line. To throw is Nix. And open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Here's Nix. And he whips that one incomplete there. 2nd and 10. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 14 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
Let me get a little nautical with you, partner, because to me, that looked like a feeding frenzy of sharks out there. As soon as that plane imploded, they all smelled blood in the water. Everyone screaming downhill, trying to get in on the hit for a big loss.
And I don't think this has makes the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now a play fake. Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Here's Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
They have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield, as you mentioned. It's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he backs it away and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake. Nix. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And his fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
The Saints offense is going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Carr going to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Saints nothing.
And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The give is to McLaughlin. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Jaleel McLaughlin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Will Lutz on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
65 yards is the gain on the play. Complete to number 40.
Now Carr. Back to Kamara for another catch. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the Broncos' 4-yard line.
Carr now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And they're going to speed things up here. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. Fumble return and a Saint touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt.
And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. And after all that, they're going to start out with unbelievable field position on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. They begin the drive with Williams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Play action. Now it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill from 8 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Broncos are going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Again, it's Williams. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Nix to the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So time for Carr and the Saints. Down 20-13. A little over a minute to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Carr to throw. He's got his target. It's Olave. Now inside the 25. Chris Olave. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Jaleel McLaughlin now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This is 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Saints who are going to be in position to get the ball first as we are back underway and set for overtime. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Williams. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Broncos, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.